At Calgary Wild FC, we honor and acknowledge that this land belongs to the Treaty 7 territory. Today you'll hear an inspiring conversation with some of football's rising stars, from our newest signing, Andersen Williams, to our 2 youth contract players. The future is bright here in Calgary. The official podcast of Calgary Wild FC. I'm your host, Farkhunda Muhtaj, midfielder and proud community ambassador for the Wild. This podcast is all about building a deeper connection between our club and you, giving our incredible fans a front row seat, uncovering stories of passion and purpose beyond the pitch. Today on the podcast, we have 2 of our amazing youth permit players, Clara Monck and Reese Kincaid. Clara Monck has been passionate about football since the age of 4, developing her skills through a youth career with Calgary Foothills. A multiple-time provincial champion, Clara has consistently demonstrated leadership and talent on the field. She captained Team Alberta at the 2025 Canada Summer Games and represented Canada U17 at the Four Nations Tournament in Mexico City, showcasing her dedication and rising profile in the game. Reese Kincaid is a talented footballer and Calgary native who developed her skills through the Calgary Foothills soccer system as well. She captained her APDL team, won multiple gold medals, and played with the Vancouver Whitecaps Academy, showcasing her leadership and competitive edge. Next season, Reese will take her game to the next level as she heads to the United States to play university soccer, continuing her journey as a rising football star here at home. Thanks for joining me, you both. I'm really excited for this conversation because I feel like although we've shared time together, I don't know much about you.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I feel like we've talked during warm-up, but never really gotten to know you, so it'll be good either way.
Yeah, we have good conversations during warm-up, or at least definitely did at the beginning of the season. And then Reese joined us at a time where I was just always injured, so not much to connect on the pitch, but a ton off the pitch, of course. Clara, I'm going to start off with you. You started playing football at a very young age. What drew you to the sport, and how was developing through the Calgary Foothills system been for you?
I think I only started playing soccer because my sister started playing soccer, and both my mom never played soccer, but both my parents and my dad played in high school, but both my parents are very avid in sport, and I kind of just fell in love with it, and I fell in love with watching my sister play as well. But I started at Blizzards actually until I was about 10, and then I moved with Foothills 08 girls around that time. I think it was hard to adjust at first coming into such an established group. They had all been friends since 4, when they started their game, but I think it was such a good challenge for me. It's been such a challenging pathway in the way that coaches challenge you to get better every day. But it's been such a great opportunity, and it's brought me a ton of opportunities outside of Foothills and outside of Canada as well. So it's been great.
Exactly. What a journey so far. So your sister influenced you. Is she still in the game now, or did you surpass her?
Not quite. My sister plays at Arizona State University, and she's in her senior year. My parents just came back from her senior night. Actually, they were gone for a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's probably off to potentially playing pro as well.
Hopefully, yeah.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah.
How about you, Reese? You grew up in Calgary as well, through the Calgary Foothills system. What did your early days in the game look like?
Oh, they were really fun. Yeah, I can't lie. Scoring lots of goals, playing striker.
Oh, the striker days.
This, miss those. Take me back. No, I love where I'm playing right now. It was a great experience. I honestly loved it. And the group of girls that I played with them since I was 6.
Oh, wow.
Joined the team. So yeah, Clara came to the team at a good time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really fun.
So you've played together for quite some time then.
Yeah.
Right when you joined Foothills, which was around age 10, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. And now you both are 17?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, 7 years and now still training together. That's awesome. So Clara, you're headed to Kent State, and Reese, you're headed to Eastern Washington University to play next year. That's exciting to already know where you're headed next year as a varsity student athlete. What attracted you both to each of those schools? I'll start off with you, Clara.
Kent was just I just loved it from the minute I had calls with other coaches, but Kent really had like a family first mentality and player first mentality, and just their investment in me as a player. I was one of the first calls of the day, and just like the coach, like he asked me if I would FaceTime instead of call just to make it that much more personal. I really like their playing style, just a possession game, but their involvement with me as a midfielder as well, but also being able to, like, they know my versatility as a fullback. Just like they're very much family orientated as well. But I really love it's in Ohio, and it's very much like a fall city, and being in like eastern states, it was just really pretty as well. So that was great.
What do you plan on studying there?
I plan to go into Bachelor's of Science of Psychology.
Okay, good for you. Okay, so really well on and off the pitch, clearly. And yourself, Reese?
Honestly, I just, similar to Clara, like the environment was unreal, and just like the coaches were great to me, and they like reached out. I got recruited when we went to San Diego.
Oh yeah,
for Surf Cup. So as soon as we finished that tournament, he was quick to reach out to me. His name is Hayden. He's one of the assistant coaches. And as soon as I went on my visit in February, I was like, this is a place that I would like to call home.
Awesome.
Like similar, like family oriented, and like really treats everybody like a family. And I'm so excited to get started. I was just there yesterday and flew back home. So
are you serious?
Weekend. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there for my official visit. So it was very fun.
Wow, that was very recent.
Yeah.
I mean, you had 2 visits now, one earlier and your official visit. So did you meet some of your future teammates as well?
Yeah, there's 8 of us. So I met them all yesterday, and I am so excited to get started with all of them. I'm the only Canadian.
Oh, you're the only Canadian?
Yeah. So we had a lot of comparisons of like snacks and all that.
Oh, how to pronounce bag or bag.
Yeah. I know the comparisons are so funny because half the time I'm like, I don't think all Canadians say, like, I don't say bagel or like, sorry, bagel or
I say bagel.
Yeah. Oh, you say bagel?
I say bagel.
That's what they asked me.
I say bagel.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. Claire is a weird one.
They asked me if like I put like milk, or if I drink milk out of a bag, but I think that's like, is that like an Ontario thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not
here.
I don't drink much milk. But yes, out of a bag for sure in Ontario. In Europe, it's out of a carton.
Yeah.
Same with us.
Here too.
Oh, yeah. It's out of a carton here as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We do some. I never understood why it was out of a bag. So I'll give that to Ben. And for you, do you have any Canadians going to your school?
I do. Like, there's already like a ton of Canadians that are currently playing. There's one player in my class that's Canadian. She also played with the U17s, but we weren't at the same camp. Yeah. But that's something like we've connected over too. But she's from Montreal.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Nice. I feel like the both of you almost already have a glimpse of what it's going to be like next year as a varsity student athlete, because you both are athletes right now. And you're training with the Wild, you're on youth permit, so it's very demanding. You have long days at the club, but also long days in school as well. Do you feel like this has certainly prepared you for what's ahead?
Yeah. Like,
sure.
I don't know about you, but just like on and off the field, like just like the speed of play is like really challenged me, and like quick decisions, but also like game IQ. Like it's just like the intensity is so high. Like I think like on the field it's prepared me in that way, but just having to like balance, like it's like usually until 2-ish or 11, depending on the day we're at practice. And then I get to school for about an hour and a half. And then after school is where I have to kind of teach myself my courses.
Yeah.
So I think that's been a challenge, but I think it's been a good challenge for me.
Yeah, I think it really helps just like building like your schedules and time management going into university, because our schedules would be so similar.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more correlated to like our school schedules. But that's okay.
Are you both at self-paced schools right now, or do you actually go in?
Go in.
Go in.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're. It seems like you're missing a lot of class.
I have so many absences right now. It's not even funny.
Yeah, that's interesting. Do you in Calgary have also school sports?
Yeah.
You do actually. Yeah, you have school soccer teams and so on in different sports. Do you participate in those as well, or probably not because the level's so low for you?
I don't play on my girls' soccer team just because I think it's just a little bit easier to get injured and just like balancing with right now. But season ends when basketball season starts for school. So I think I'm doing senior basketball this year, but we'll see if I make it. But
I'm sure you'll make it, you know. We balled out in grade 6.
We used to play basketball together too.
Do you both go to the same school?
No.
Okay, I was
different sides of the city.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it looks like you're a, dual athlete, or perhaps even more. You represented Canada recently in Mexico. Was that your first invitation?
Yeah, that was
to
my
a Canadian
first
camp?
Yeah.
What was that experience like?
It was unreal. Like one of my friends had texted me about it, and then I ran down the stairs to see, because it goes to my parents' email, so I ran down to see my mom. She kind of just smiled at me, and I knew like that I had made it, and I actually started crying. Like it was like really unreal for me to like put on the jersey for the first time, and like it was kind of also a full circle moment for me, because I had gone 2 years prior in 2023 to watch my sister play in the same Four Nations Cup for the Canada U17s.
Wow.
And like that's always been such a big ambition for me, and it was just unreal. Like the environment was so good. The girls were great, like on and off the pitch. Like it was just such a great challenge. And I think it just showed me like where I am, but where I also need to be, or where I can be, both on and off the pitch. So it was great.
And for you, did you get recruited through the Canada Summer Games, them watching you through that, or?
No. So, I don't like, I think like my involvement with the Wild kind of helped with my, like just like with them, like seeing more of my potential and my ability.
Yeah.
But I had been on provisional list for 2 out of so there's been 3 camps now, or 3 or 4 camps now. The 2 prior, I had been put on provisional list, and selected as sort of, I don't forget what they call it, but like an alternate essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that was kind of like, for me, it was like one step closer, but what more can you be doing?
Mm-hmm.
But I think just like my involvement with the Wild, seeing me through APDL, I assume, but Canada Summer Games was just after I got back from Mexico, like 10 days after. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
you were traveling quite a bit then.
I was like home for like a week this summer, and that was in like July, and then all of August I was like up and about. So
Well, you know what? You're off to better things. So no need for a break when you're doing better stuff.
exactly.
Reese, yourself, you played for the Whitecaps Academy. I didn't know that.
Well, not necessarily. We did showcases with
Oh,
Whitecaps.
Okay.
So there was a Rex program that we were both a part of that we were in grade 9, I think it was.
Yeah, regional excel. Yeah.
Regional Excel. So we did that in like the 4 a.m. mornings.
Oh my gosh, that was
Yeah.
insane.
We used to practice at 6 beforehand.
And then go to school.
And then go to school. Wow.
Yeah. So then after that showcase, I got recognized by Whitecaps to then move forward to try out for the academy team out there, like the NDC program,
Mm-hmm.
which is now the Vancouver Rise program.
Yeah.
And I did not make it.
Oh,
So that's why I'm still here.
Okay.
But
Everything
yes.
happens for a reason.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what did you learn from that experience? Because clearly you're still just as ambitious to do really well in the game.
Yeah.
And I definitely believe that, let's just say rejection, which isn't the case,
Yeah.
but is certainly redirection
Yes.
off to bigger things for sure. How has your experience with the Wild kind of helped with that?
Speed of play for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what Clara said earlier with game IQ and having to think a lot quicker.
Yeah.
It was definitely a bit like shocking when I first got into the environment. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is so fast.
Yeah.
And it took a little bit for me to adjust. I think I'm still adjusting a little bit to
Yeah.
it. But over time, it's gotten a little bit easier.
Mhm.
And so I think that was just really important from like that experience in grade 9 to right now where I am.
Yeah.
It's definitely like speed of play and just the quality of it.
Well, you both are doing so well, and the team loves you both, just for your commitment, your skill, your mentality that you bring every day. You know, typically I ask what drew you to Calgary Wild FC. You didn't really have a choice in many ways, but, you know, very privileged to be a youth permit player, to have that experience at a young age, and for it to help you in what's next and what's ahead. Next season, I mentioned you both are heading to the States. Now, what does preparation look like for the both of you? Because you already are preparing on and off the pitch. Is there anything additional that you're looking forward to? Maybe mentally preparing yourself to go over, or physically you feel like you need to advance even further?
For me, I think it would just be homesick. Like, I don't live very far from my school.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like an 8.5-hour drive, but I think just bracing myself to be away from my family, because my parents are like my rocks. Like, I tell them everything.
Yeah.
They're the first to know whether there's good news or bad news, and the first ones to tell me. So I think just having to know that like they won't be by my side
Mhm.
and like building more of a little bit of independence,
Yeah.
which I think I'm still building right now.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I would have to say about that whole situation. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Which is tough. It will be a tough adjustment, especially when you have a very loving, nurturing family and are not that you're that you're not independent, but when you get so much love and constantly are communicating with them, you might feel a little distant, but
Yeah.
part of the process. And how about yourself, Clara?
I think my preparation started summer of grade 9 when I started emailing. Like, I started my recruitment process. I was very strict, like, very early. I was emailing for 2 summers, a summer and a half-ish, including this season. And, like, part of that came with just, like, physical and just, like, continuing, like, just to prep myself on and off the field. Like, I'm sure, like, you've seen, like, after training sessions, if I don't feel like I've taught myself off, I'll do a lot of sprints after, at least a few, just to really get my legs moving. And I think that's been important for me, and that's actually helped me just to be able to compete physically in the environment, like physically in terms of endurance, but also like in the gym, like what I can do, especially with girls being, like, I'm not a big girl, but I'm not small. So I think, like, for me to be able to compete in the environment as well physically, that's been helping to prepare me for here. And then I think just continuing to build that as much as I can.
Yeah, I was actually really impressed. When I visited in November last year and I joined a training session of yours.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, your leadership skills were great. Were you there as well, Reese?
Yep.
Oh my God. Well, I loved your leadership skills. I had an ear infection and pneumonia that I had for a month leading up to that. I needed to cancel that trip, but couldn't. Glad I made it out. Mm-hmm. But my lungs were on fire that whole day. Just because of the nature of the sickness. And then at the end of the session, you're like, let's do some sprints. And I'm like, I love this girl. If I was not dying right now, I would definitely jump. And I was like, go on, ladies. Yeah, but that was a great team environment. You guys were very positive and supportive of each other. What do you both have captained your teams and have been quite impressive leaders in your own right. What are some leadership skills that you've learned from that position? I'll start off with you, Reese.
I honestly think feeding off of other people's energy. Mm-hmm. Like, you can sort of tell, depending on, like, the situation or what standpoint, like, your team is in, whether everyone's down that you're losing, or whether you're up and people are like, you're up too many, like, we can slow down. Like, make sure that everyone knows that, like, we got to keep our eyes on the prize, basically. Like, just making sure that every 3 points count.
For sure.
Yep.
Amazing.
Yeah. Well, me and Reese have been co-captains for 3-4 years now.
Yeah.
So I think, like, being able, like, I think we're very different leaders in different ways, but I think, like, we've really balanced each other out, especially for our team environment. But for me personally as a leader, I think, like, Canada Summer Games with Team Alberta, like, really challenged me. And just because we had a team of, like, top athletes from all around, top soccer players from all over Alberta. And, like, a lot of those top athletes are top leaders. So with so many of us being leaders, it was like we all wanted to put out our ideas, and we really all wanted to help each other. And it was hard because we were trying to build on top of each other, but in some ways it was kind of clashing with each other. Yep. So for me, that was a change of leadership, is even though I was the one wearing the armband, it was a change of approach just on how can I help to organize so that we can get bits and pieces from every person? Like, I think in terms of, like, vocal leaders, but also, like, leaders on the pitch and how they set an example for tone. So in moments for me when I am surrounded by so many vocal leaders, it was more, how can I set the tone in terms of leadership? But I also think the Canada Summer Games can be such, like, an emotional place, like, for good or for better, for worse. And I think for that, in terms of, like, having to just, like, take a second and just chat with someone on the team that's having a rough day. Just being able to get on a personal level off the field was just so great, and getting personal on the field. And I think, like, that's, like, for me, and, like, I've said this before, like, that for that Team Alberta for me felt like family. And I think I just felt so connected with those girls because of how many memories we had been through, for good and bad, and taking those moments for what they're worth.
I mean, you really nailed it. When a bunch of leaders that are the best players and captains of their local teams come together, it becomes really challenging to make sure everyone's on the same page, because everyone has their idea of leadership and they've probably succeeded at it and firmly believe in it. Yeah. But when you get everyone together, you have to rebuild an identity that works for everyone, not just something that worked for you in the past. That's why in many ways the professional football sphere is so difficult, because you have players that were always the best in their youth leagues, the best in their universities, the best in their clubs, coming together, trying to figure out, well, how can we be the best as a team, not as individuals now? Right. And so that is a tough task to take on for sure. So good for you for being able to reconvene all the ideas. Outside of football, what do you do to just keep yourself sane, keep yourself tuned in, and just enjoy life beyond the game?
Well, I love hanging out with my friends every chance that I get to. Taking up sports, like I love to play golf.
Yeah.
I'm not very good, but I love to like try and see how far I can hit the ball. I prefer the range more than the golf course because I really like to see how far I can hit.
Yeah.
Just be as aggressive as I can. And then I love to ski in the winter with my family.
Yeah, very active lifestyle off the pitch as well. That's nice.
Yeah.
How about yourself?
I would say like very similar. Like I'm very family oriented, and then aside from that as well, spending just as much time as I can with my friends when I'm not studying. But my family, we loved like card games, and like it gets really heated at my house. Like Monopoly's banned, like especially with my sister home. Like
Funny.
Monopoly is not allowed to be played in my house.
Yeah.
And like I love card games, and I just because I like to try to win, and then like when you don't, it's like you need a second. But and then my family also really likes hikes. But I think like personally, like if I need a reset moment, I paint in my free time as well. Yeah. So like that's like a reset moment. Having a bad day, like that's my reset. Like outside of like I think soccer's my reset, but like when that's not available or when like that needs to be put aside, that's where I go as well.
It's funny, Monopoly gets so competitive. It's banned in my family, not officially, but every time we play, it drags on for so long, and then we'll have like lunchtime or something like that, and no one trusts each other, so everyone like takes their money and like puts it in their pocket, does something with it, because no one trusts anyone. I'm just the one that's just watching because I'm like, I have no clue what you guys are doing, why you take this so intensely. I'll just enjoy and watch. Are there any social causes that you both are interested in or support off the pitch as well?
I don't know. I don't think so, no.
Yeah.
Not that I've looked into it very often, but
okay. Yeah. Just too busy with life as it is. How about yourself, Claire?
I volunteer when I can for what's called Parachutes for Pets. It's in Calgary, and a lot of it is when people don't have the income to support their pets. So that's one thing, and it's like a lot of donations, and you go and deliver them around the city for people in need. There's something called I believe it's called the Miracle of Christmas that me and my dad and my sister usually do every Christmas, and it's people donating like a bunch of toys, but like what you do is you go in and then you pack them in these little Santa sacks, and like each family can submit like a little few things that their like daughter or son want, and then you get like they get that a little bit personal experience instead of just getting a random toy too. And like there's a lot for like teenagers and moms, like a nice new robe, and like I really like doing that because it's giving back at Christmas, because Christmas is my favorite holiday, but it's great to like celebrate that with your family, but like it's a little bit different for families with lower incomes or certain circumstances. So that's what I like to help out with.
Exactly. That's amazing. Good for you, because when Christmas is so special to you, you know that others should also reap the benefits or enjoy just as much as you could. Yeah. And knowing that they can't is heartbreaking, but knowing that you can support is very meaningful. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
We're going to wrap up with a rapid fire.
Oh, God.
See some fun and personality come out here. I'll ask one question at a time and you will answer. I'll start off with you. Who is, or can you share some of your role models, or maybe just one?
I'd say my sister's my biggest role model.
Okay. Sweet or salty snacks, Reese?
Oh, it depends on the situation.
Okay.
Definitely love a good sweet snack. Yeah, I love Reese's peanut butter cups. And like weekly Dairy Queen runs. On like Sunday nights with like my dad and my sister.
Yeah. Well, Reese's Pieces, please sponsor Reese. Perfect fit. Okay, Clara, best teammate story or memory?
Oh my gosh, that's a hard one.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good question.
I think it was at Canada Summer Games, like just full of memories. We were in PK shootouts. It was 1-1, and then we tied with Newfoundland and we went straight to PKs. We were on our last shooter, and it was our teammate Ivy, who we actually play with in Calgary here with Foothills. She had been like having like a rough week before we went, and like I've seen Ivy take a PK and I know that she can take a PK. And like she volunteered herself to put herself as that last shooter in that position. Like someone, I believe the order was like wrong. Like that's why I say everything happens for a reason. The order was wrong. Like someone was like, wait, I don't want to be fifth. I don't want to be fifth. And Ivy's like, do you want to switch? Like we said this like at halftime, like coach didn't know we switched. And Ivy's like, I'll do it. And so Ivy made it. And I just remember like all of us running to her and like giving her a huge hug. And like I was bawling my eyes out. Like that was like, cause like I just put like all my stress away for like, cause my PK, like I scored my PK, but I was like so nervous and like those nerves kind of came out, but it was like being with each other and then getting to see like my parents after. But I think like, I don't think I can pick one teammate. I think it can just be like that whole trip with like that group of girls for me.
Amazing. And did you guys won that shootout?
Yeah, we did.
No,
yeah.
It was worth the tears. Your guilty pleasure, Reese.
My guilty pleasure. I would have to say like listening to sad music when I'm happy.
Okay.
Like
So real.
and singing like super loudly even though I can't sing
Okay.
around people I'm comfortable with.
I
Yeah.
have to say, I love sad music.
Yeah.
And I listen to it as a happy person.
Yeah.
So I
think you can
heartbreak
interpret it
music is
differently.
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I have to say, because I love heartbreak music, I've never been heartbroken. So maybe that helps. And it doesn't make me emotional, but I was in the car and I had a friend that was heartbroken. And she was in like tears, and I was like, "Oh, what's going on? This is such a good song."
Like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
The view is so good.
yeah. But she was like, "Listen to the lyrics," and I was like, "Oh, the lyrics practically mean nothing to me." But you know, and I realized heartbreak music is apparently actually heartbreaking. If you could have one superpower on the field, Clara, what would it be?
On the field. Ooh. I would say either like super speed or like mind reading.
Okay.
Because like as a defender, like, well, I'm like a defender within the wild environment. Like sometimes like going up against like Maggie, like no idea what she's about to do.
Yeah.
So I'd love to know what she's about to do, or just like getting to like pace abuse the wing.
Okay.
My speed.
Yeah, why not? And lastly, a quote that motivates you.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh, I love a good quote. Hold on.
Too many.
I have to think. There's too many wrapped in my head.
Got them like listed in my notes app.
Yes, I do. I totally do. Dreams don't work unless you do.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
What a way to wrap up this session.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that truly resonates. Dreams don't work unless you do, which
like
is
that.
very true. I mean, there's nothing more that I'll add to the end of this session after such a powerful quote. Thank you so much, Reese and Clara, for joining me today. I really appreciated this conversation. And I know, and I will confidently say that you both are up to incredible things. I can't wait to see you excel both on and off the pitch in your next journey, but also pro football is right around the corner for you both. So I'm excited to see that.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you for having us.
Hey, Wild fans, enjoying the episode so far? Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more exciting content like this. Now let's get back into the episode. Today on the podcast, we're joined by our newest signing, Andersen Williams. Andersen is a midfielder for the Wild and a Texas A&M alumna, where she spent 5 years playing while earning a bachelor's degree in kinesiology and a master's degree in entrepreneurial leadership.
Nice.
On the international stage, she has represented Canada at the CONCACAF Under-20 World Cup qualifying tournament and competed at the U17 Women's World Cup in Uruguay. What an accomplishment. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Of course, I'm happy to be here.
I'm very excited for you to be here today. You are our newest signing, but you actually came after the transfer window, which is quite unique. Can you tell us, before we go into the Wild and what you brought here and how your experience has been so far, can you take us back to your younger days? How did you begin playing football? What was it like to grow up in this city?
Okay, well, I played almost all sports growing up. I started as a swimmer and gymnastics. Those were my first two.
Okay.
And then I tried almost everything. But I liked soccer a lot. I'd go from swimming practice straight to soccer with wet hair. Like I did everything. But I started soccer when I was about 8, so kind of late to soccer,
Yeah.
I guess, for some people. But yeah, I just loved it. I loved hanging out with my friends. I liked scoring goals. I liked winning. Like I liked that whole aspect of it. And I think my parents just kind of wanted me out of the house probably. But no, I chose soccer as my main sport kind of when it gets to a point where you can't do both. I think I was maybe at 12 or something like that. But yeah, all through middle school, I did volleyball, track, cross country. I did basketball. I did everything. Yeah. But I fell in love with soccer. So I was soccer and swimming for a long time and then picked soccer. That decision happened really naturally too. I'm not even sure exactly how I chose soccer, but that's where all my friends were. And I just loved it.
And you just loved the game.
Yeah.
Never looked back. That's for sure. Did really well at it. You ended up playing on the Canadian youth national teams and was a regular as well. And your success in football also took you over to the Whitecaps Academy. Can you share more about your experience moving from Calgary to Vancouver, playing in that academy, and ultimately representing your country in the biggest stage?
Yeah. So I was in Rex that was here, or actually it was called RPC like when I was in the 8th grade. So it was RPC and then it transitioned to Rex, one of the regional Excel centers. And then I did that for 1 year and I got plucked out of Calgary to join the Super Rex in Vancouver, which was probably the most pivotal decision in my life so far, other than like maybe choosing my university. But that decision opened up so many doors for me. Like I was terrified, absolutely terrified. I did not want to move to Vancouver at all. I was leaving my family, my friends, everything, going to a brand new high school. So not only was I starting high school, I was starting as the new kid.
Yeah.
So yeah, and living with a host family as well. So I did that for 3 years. So by far one of the like most challenging times in my life. Moving to Vancouver, it's all rainy and cloudy and gray, and it's like it's sad and whatever. But it changed my life for the soccer for sure. And I ended up having a great host family who I still see to this day. Like when we were in Vancouver just the other week, I went and saw them, had coffee with them. Like they've been amazing. But yeah, so that opened the door for national team stuff. That's where all the camps are. That's where you get like seen and stuff. And they also had a really good collegiate coordinator who was extremely helpful in the whole recruiting process, because that's such a hassle for a little high schooler to make their highlight tape and to email all these coaches and blah, blah, blah. So he was very helpful with that. And, but yeah, so I just I went to some camps and did well in the moments that I needed to do well, and got to play at the CONCACAF U17 World Cup, which was unreal, in Uruguay.
Yeah.
Probably the coolest thing ever. We were like celebrities in our little Canada bus, and we got all this merch, and it was so cool. My parents came down and everything. So that was a really cool moment in my soccer career for
What
sure.
year was that?
That was 2018.
2018. Now that cohort that played on that national team, that youth national team, how many of them are still playing professionally today?
A lot, actually. Hold on, let me think. Like Jess DeFilippo was there.
Okay.
Julianne Valorant, Sarita on our team was there. Yeah.
Oh, you played with Sarita before.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Wow.
Who else was there? There's a bunch of people. Like, I'm blanking right now, but a lot. Lara Kazanjian, she's in Europe.
Okay.
Ariel Young, she's on Vancouver, but she's injured right now.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of people.
Well, okay. I didn't know you played with Sarita. That's interesting at that same.
Yeah, and U20 as well.
U20 as well. Wow. Yeah. Okay. And now she's in your city.
Yeah.
Playing here. You mentioned you were at the academy for 3 years, but high school is 4 years. So
yeah. Well, I did 10, 11, 12 there.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, my middle school went till the 9th grade, so.
And you mentioned it was a really hard decision. What convinced you to go over?
Because there are so many like possibilities that it could open up. And a big help was Sean Lowther. He was one, I don't know what exactly his position was, but he was like the head of the Rex here. Yeah. And he was like, I think it would be a really good opportunity for you. Sean Lowther, John Clubb, Troy Flannery, like all of them were very helpful with that transition. So they're like, yeah, you should do this. Like it would be really cool. And I think it was me or myself and my best friend, Allie Remington. We were the first two Calgary girls to go to to Vancouver. Yeah. And then like Hannah Duguid came the next year. Maya Jones came the next year. So we kind of like started a little path. But yeah, it opened the doors for a few other people. And like Kaylee Hunter, who's been very successful recently, she went to Vancouver as well. So like that pathway is kind of like has been really successful for a lot of people now. So.
Yeah, that definitely has been a very strong pathway for Western Canada.
Yeah.
It's such a shame that we don't have that in Alberta yet.
I know.
Which I know has been worked on and is in the midst of hoping to get, I guess it would be the national program here as well, the NDC program, which would be amazing for Albertans to not have to move away if they don't want to.
It is a good experience, though.
Yeah.
Makes you grow up pretty fast, and I think it's helped my personality off the field. Like, not my personality, but it's helped me mature. I think I already was a fairly mature child, but like, you had to be independent.
That's true.
Yeah.
Are you an only child?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're
But
not.
I have an older brother.
Okay.
So I'm not independent, but I was always like, my parents always said when I was like a toddler, they said I had already lived a life. They were like, you're so
really?
like a mature little kid.
Okay. Well, that's probably why you were so successful and did really well in transition.
Maybe
smoothly.
helped. Yeah. And it definitely helped my transition to university because it was basically the same thing.
Yeah.
We would train in the morning and then go to class and then train in the afternoon, which was college. So
what attracted you to Texas A&M?
I had actually never heard of Texas A&M before. Ryan, actually, who was a collegiate coordinator, he was like, hey, have you heard of A&M? And I was like, no. Like, what is that? I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
But now if anyone says like, oh, what's A&M? I'm like, what? You don't know what Texas A&M is? But yeah, so that was a really weird process too. Like when I went down for my visit, I was with all of the class that I would be with. So it was like their official visit, and I was the only one who hadn't committed yet. So I was hanging out with the people that I would have been with, which made it different than like going on a visit just by yourself. But it was the only school I visited. I did like virtual visits with other people, and I was looking at a few other schools, but that was the only one I went to in person, and they were ranked number 1 when I was there, and I was like, why would I not? Like, this is the best thing ever, and I am so grateful I made that decision because I am like beyond grateful. I journal about it all the time of how thankful I am that I went to that school.
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of cool to actually do the visit, not fully committing, but with players that have committed, because then you know, based off of
like,
their...
These are the people I'd be hanging out with for the next 5 years.
Exactly.
Or 4 or whatever.
Yeah, and that gave you the first impression you needed to really commit.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. You did your undergrad there, but also a master's degree there.
Yes.
You played all 5 years or 4 years.
Well, I was injured for 2 seasons.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you redshirted 2 seasons.
I redshirted 1, and then I had a COVID year for 1. So, like, yes, it was a redshirt for both, but yeah, I tore my ACL twice.
Oh, yikes. During your university career?
Yeah. First game freshman year, and then second game sophomore year.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. I had 4 knee surgeries.
How was that process? Please walk me through that.
Oof. Again, definitely something that changed my life. You never think you're going to be the person to be injured. Like, up until that moment, was never really the injured girl, except I had Osgood ladders for like a little bit. But I was never injured. I was always healthy. So you think it's going to be like the end of your life when you hear that you tore your ACL. Because honestly, people say it's really painful. I didn't feel it. Like, it was fine. It's just, I was like, what the heck? Like, something's wrong. Something is really wrong with my leg. But it wasn't painful. First one was non-contact. And it was just, I just stepped funny. Like, and I was like, what the heck? Like, something's wrong. But the whole recovery process, like, a doozy.
Yeah.
9 months. I did 9 months both times. But I had the best athletic therapist, Sherry Walters. Shout out Sherry. Love to share rare. Yeah, she's the best ever. And Allison. But yeah, it was tough. Probably tougher mentally than it was physically.
100%. Yeah, I can totally empathize. I mean, I've never had an ACL injury. I never wish that on anyone. But you said you had 4 operations. So were they not successful the initial time you would do it?
Well, no, they were. So both of them were. I was fully back, fully recovered and everything. And then I tore it again. So the first tear was 1 surgery.
Yeah.
And it was just a scope, like really easy, like a regular ACL.
Yep.
And then I tore it a second time. So that second surgery, there was a whole bunch of research on it of like, it had to do with the slope of my tibia.
Okay.
Kind of crazy. So I only tore my ACL, but I had 3 procedures in 1. So it was kind of the doctor, Dr. Lowe in Texas. He's also the best. He described it as the pants was there's the ACL reconstruction with my quad tendon, the iliotibial tenodesis, and the high tibial osteotomy. Sounds crazy, but it was like the pants, the belt, and the suspenders. So that it was all, she was strong. My knee was really strong. But it was a 7-hour surgery. You should see my scars. They're crazy. Have you seen them?
No.
Oh my gosh. They're all on my knee. They're really bad. I'll show you after. But yeah, it was a big one. That was the hardest procedure. And then the 2 after that were both hardware removals. Like after they didn't need to be in there anymore because I had plates, screws, staples, whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, being injured is certainly a mental game more than a physical one. And to be able to stay steadfast and focused and disciplined during heartbreak is very challenging.
Yeah.
And people often say that when you're injured, the time frame that you're injured, that's how long it takes you to get back full on form after you recover. So not the 9-month process of actually recovering, but another 9 months when you get to the pitch, rebuilding your rhythm and making sure you're back on your A game. Was that the case? Did you feel?
I like to think it was shorter, but I mean, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm still evolving as a player, so I don't really know if I'm ever getting back to who I was or if I'm becoming somebody new. If that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. I think the older you get, you definitely develop your game very differently. So you might not be as fast, or maybe you are as fast, but you don't feel the need to use that speed in the same way that you used to. Maybe it's more technical that you feel, or bouncing the ball off of players rather than dribbling at players. I've certainly noticed myself and others change throughout the years. After you graduated from your master's degree, which was most recently, so congratulations on that. You came to Calgary Wild FC. I would assume Calgary Wild is a no-brainer. You are from Calgary, but did you ever pursue, or did you ever think to go elsewhere, either Europe, or was Canada, because the NSL is here and you just graduated, unlike when we did, this is a huge opportunity to play in your own comfort zone?
Yeah, no, definitely. I definitely did look at other places. Like prior to graduating and whatever, I always thought I would go to Europe, but that was before this league existed. Yep. So that was the blueprint. That was what you do.
Exactly.
But as soon as the NSL was a thing, like, then it was kind of obvious, like, why would I not go back home and play in front of my hometown, get to live at home, and yeah, like, why would I not? I think there are some valuable experiences with going overseas, but like I said, I've kind of done that a little bit, the going away from family and everything like that. So if you hadn't done that, then maybe I'd see why you'd want to do that. I'm definitely not opposed to going to Europe eventually, like maybe.
Yeah.
But I like Calgary right now. Like, I think it's been awesome. So
for sure.
Yeah.
How does it feel to represent your own city? What responsibilities come with that?
Ooh. I mean, I think it's important to be a role model. Like, especially being from this city, there are some girls a little bit younger than me who have seen me play throughout my whole life. Like, literally the twins, for example, on our team. I've known the twins since they were itty bitty, and they've seen me play for so long. So I think just continuing, that's just one example, but continuing to be a good example for those girls, and then they can see that, oh, she's now playing for Calgary. Like, I could do that too.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah.
Exactly. I mean, you were a trailblazer and
I don't know.
Others to go out to the Whitecaps Academy. You certainly are now as well. And although a shorter season for you coming in closer to the end, still just as impactful, and hopefully that momentum takes you forward in whether that's in the city or elsewhere, like you mentioned.
Hopefully here.
But yeah, why not? I mean, we're so happy to have you. You're a phenomenal player and individual, both on and off the pitch. What excites you most about being a professional footballer? Because growing up, maybe this was or wasn't a tangible pathway for many of us. You're doing it. You're experiencing it. What do your next steps look like?
Ooh, next steps look like? I'm not sure. Hopefully soccer for
as long as you can.
For as long as I can. But I think the cool thing about playing professionally is with a sport is that you get to continue doing what you love as your job. Like,
exactly.
The idea of working a 9 to 5 at an office at a desk kind of terrifies me. I'm definitely not ready for that, and I don't know if I'll ever be. I definitely need a job that I'm like doing stuff all the time. But you get to go to training, hang out with your friends, and play some soccer, score some goals, and that's your job. Like, what a dream. So I think, if you could delay the professional life or like the corporate life as much as possible.
We do have the best job in the world. 100%, hands down. And we're so privileged to be able to do what we love on a regular basis, because not a lot of people do,
Mm-hmm.
which is unfortunate. Aside from football, outside of the game, are there any social causes that you are passionate about?
I think it's important to see and to help kids get to this next level. Now that it's an option for them, I think seeing young girls have that twinkle in their eye of what they could achieve and supporting them in that and providing new opportunities for them. Like Sonia just ran that camp the other day. Like, I think that is so cool. I would definitely like to get involved with that eventually. But yeah, I would say that is probably my top priority. Would be
Helping the next generation.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, you're already doing that by being a professional and hopefully leaving the game in a better position.
Yeah.
As we wrap up, I'd love to ask a round of rapid fire.
Ooh, okay.
The most random questions,
Okay.
but let's kick off.
Okay.
What's your favorite memory from Texas A&M?
Oh, there's so many. Maybe most recently the A&M UT football game with Allie Remington and Josie Claypool, who got to come down and see it. But it was like a historic game for us because Texas had just joined the SEC, so it was like that rivalry. That's a whole tradition at our school. So yeah, definitely that game, that whole weekend was amazing. Or getting my ring, probably my ring dunk.
Oh,
It's
yeah?
really fun. Yeah.
When did you get that?
You get this after 90 hours of work, so that's like kind of around your junior year.
Oh.
And then to a little A&M tradition drop right here. To get your ring, you have to do the thing called a ring dunk, which, well, you get it, and then it's like this big, not a ceremony, but like kind of a thing where all your friends come and you have a pitcher of, you put 4 beers in it. So it's 4, or you don't have to put beer, like 4, however much liquid that is, of stuff, and you put the ring in, and you have to chug it as fast as you can, and then you get the ring in your mouth.
Oh my
And then that's like the ring dunk. It's kind of weird. Everyone says A&M's a cult, but yeah, that's one of the things we have to do, and it was a really good memory. So,
well, I'm glad you have a lot of good memories since Texas
definitely.
A&M. Sounds like you had a fantastic time.
Sorry, that wasn't rapid fire.
No worries at all. Dream teammate you'd love to play alongside?
Maya Jones.
Maya Jones? Okay, because you played with her when you were younger.
And she's my best friend.
Well, you're going to play against her hopefully soon. And your hidden talent?
Cooking?
Okay.
I think I'm pretty good at cooking. I did culinary studies for 3 years.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
Where?
In high school.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. It wasn't not just like foods home ec class. Like, it was culinary studies. I had my white coat on.
Okay.
And it was in like a industrial kitchen.
Yeah. Do you cook regularly for yourself?
Well, I mean, I don't really have to because I live at home now. Yeah. And at school I had Slocum, which is like our cafeteria thing. But once I have to, then yeah. And I have a few signature dishes that I eat a lot.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But I like to cook.
Yeah. Well, what's one signature dish?
My favorite is this Italian sausage Alfredo broccoli pasta thing.
Okay.
Sounds
I love
weird, but I love it.
Too. It's so therapeutic, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Last but not least, favorite way to spend a day off?
8 a.m. Lagri, however you say it, Lagri Pilates.
Okay.
Then walk across the street to, I think it's Analog Coffee, grab a coffee, and then go home. And then I'll definitely have to have a nap in there. Might get my nails done.
Okay.
Maybe watch a football game. Hopefully A&M or like something.
Oh, like American football or Canadian?
Oh, yeah, American football.
Or
American football, sorry.
European football.
American football. And maybe like my family always comes over for a little barbecue. So like maybe in the evening, a little barbecue. Our family lives all pretty
productive
close.
off day.
I think productive, like kind of productive off days are my favorite type of days. Like I don't like, sometimes I do it, but I don't feel good after I sleep in till like 10:30. It like doesn't feel as good. So I like to get up and do something.
Yeah. Move your body for sure. Yeah, I feel like if you sleep in, you feel sluggish after.
I know.
Yeah.
And sometimes I do it and I'm like, I'm like so tired. Like let my body rest. And then I get out of bed finally and I'm like, why did I do that?
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I feel like I learned quite a bit from you today. Obviously, being the newest signing, there hasn't been a lot of time that we've shared together, but I've appreciated all the time that we did, and certainly this one. Mm-hmm. If there is one piece of advice you would leave for a young girl watching this podcast, what would that be?
It would be that playing pro is in your city is possible now. So if you want it to happen, you can make it happen. Like there's a pathway now for you. So I would say just if you want it bad and you put in the work, it can happen now. So
Well, you heard it from Ambi. You can make it happen.
Can make
Just
it
got to put the work in and you'll be there soon enough. Thank you so much, Andy, for joining me today.
Thank
I
you
love
for
our
having me.
conversation and great things ahead for you.
Thank you very much.
Season 1 of The Wild Journey has officially come to a close. Thank you for tuning in and getting to know the incredible players behind the jersey. To our amazing fans, thank you for standing with us every step of the way during this inaugural season. We'll be back next year with even more exciting stories and content. I'm your host, Farkhunda Muhtaj. Until next time. Hey, it's Farah here. Be sure to select the next episode and enjoy some more wild content. See you soon.